78 in Hoeneke Road. It looks like it's SAPD. Got a guy pulled over. I was heading down after leaving out of Converse after filing that complaint for that lieutenant's dirty fucking 3903 violation. So I'll get my camera turned around. Doesn't look like there's any misconduct going on, but you know, whenever you see a cop, film a cop. So it's telling me to rotate my device finally. I know the video is not very clear. So there we go. So again, I'm out at FM 78 in Hoeneke Road. I'm on the opposite side of the road. Again, no big deal. The vehicle, he may be just doing a courtesy check because the vehicle didn't have its lights on. Only has one blinker, the far right blinker that was working. So I don't know if the guy's intoxicated or what's going on here, but yeah, and again, it does look like it's SAPD. Pretty boring stuff. But, you know, if I'm out in an area and I'm cop watching, this is what I do. Those who watched my earlier live stream, I know most of you won't be on right now, but if you come back and you watch this live stream, basically what happened earlier was that Lieutenant Martinez instructed them to detain me, handcuff me immediately, and arrest me unless I provided my ID, which were violations of 3903. He said they would arrest me for criminal trespass, which I did not commit. There was no physical way I could have possibly seen the sign, so there's no way they can say, oh, well, the sign was reasonably visible to somebody. I'd already explained that. They knew I was not criminally trespassing and that my intent, as soon as the officer said leave, I said okay. So I never criminally trespassed. So not only did the dirty lieutenant force me to give my ID against my will, he unlawfully detained me. And on top of unlawfully detaining me, then they gave me an unlawful criminal trespass, which again was never necessary. All they had to do was say, you can't be back here, and I would have walked off, and I would have never come back in that area again once I knew it. I would have brought up the sign it doesn't look like they're SAPD at this point, but he probably called them because I'm over here. Once the dirty Lieutenant Martinez decided to go that route, I left. I said, okay, it's time to start filing these 3903 complaints about their criminal activity. We all know the prosecutors are just going to throw that crap out the window. But if you don't file it, there's no record. And when I file it, and then I go to the city hall and I say, hey, look, your officers are actually breaking the law by doing this. And they all say they know that you can't see these signs from over here. And that, you know, they've gotten away with it for so long. If they know you can't see the sign, they knew I could not see the sign. They knew I did not criminally trespass, yet they still threatened to arrest me for a crime I did not commit, knowing I did not commit it. And they knew it's been a problem. They're like, okay, well, we've been through this, you know, and I'm like, so you've been through it, fine. You know that people can't see that sign. And again, that's why, you know, you have to follow up on things like this. I see someone just came in. I'm down on FM 78. I thought this was SAPD out here, but I really don't know which jurisdiction that is. It's on Hoeneke Road, so it looks like, you know, the area I'm out in. I mean, it's either Bexar County or SAPD. Anyway, they have this vehicle over here pulled over. The vehicle has some light issues. There's no front left light flashing. There's no headlights on. It does have its hazards, the lights on. So I'm not sure if, he turned off his headlights when I came up, why they pulled him over, if it was just for lights on. But he did call a backup unit. It may be because I stopped the film. We'll see. Pretty boring here. But again, see a cop, film a cop. You never know. You may be the one guy who, filmed something that was terrible that happened, and there would have been no other documentation. So you see they're going around to the back of the car. She walked in a safe manner. And that's what we like to see, officers being safe. She walked all the way around in the safest manner possible. And I say she, it appears she's a female officer from where I'm at. No issue there, Maybe because she has a push bar, she's going to block traffic, or maybe she just wants to light me up. I'm not sure. Either way. So. The way that her car's parked, if somebody hits her from behind, it's less likely that her car's going to shove or ram the other police officer's car. So again, that's good police work there. She is slightly intruding into the road, but hey guys, you see those flashing blue lights? You're supposed to be ready for this thing anyway. Unfortunately, a lot of times people don't. And that's how officers doing simple traffic stops, or maybe just assisting this person who may just, have a vehicle problem. That may be what they're doing. But that's how officers get killed. They're more likely to be hit and die in a traffic accident than from someone shooting them. So, like I say, this is Blue Lives Matter. Because again, when police lie, those lies do matter. They put innocent people in jail. They force innocent people to give up their rights. They intimidate innocent people into not trusting the police anymore. And when people don't trust the police, they don't call the police. And, like earlier when those officers said, oh, call us if you have any problems. I'm like, I don't call the police. Tonight I called the police, but only to report them. To report a crime, because that's who you have to report crimes to, the police. So I'll stay out here. Yeah, it wasn't a female officer. Either way, now they're both approaching. One's going on the blind side, so this is not just a friendly helping situation. There's an issue going on here. Maybe an intoxicated driver. But again, you see the tactical approach. Good police work there. Nothing wrong with that. You see how the officer on the other side, I can see their feet. You probably can't see it on the video, but they just now creeped up. But originally they had an area where if they had to engage with the firearm, there wouldn't be any crossfire, and that's important. You see the officer has his hand on his duty weapon, and where I'm at, I am out of their line of fire. If the officer on the other side has to engage, the line of fire is going to go behind my vehicle. And guys, when you're out doing stuff like this, you need to be mindful of that, especially officers' body language. Either hand on your firearm. Apologize, guys. If you see their hand on their firearm, they may be anticipating whatever. Better safe than sorry for our officers. We're not out here saying, the police. I apologize. We're not out here saying that the police shouldn't have their hands, ready approaching vehicles, things like that. It's when they're outwardly aggressive or other things that there's a problem. I'm going to stabilize my camera as best as I can and then turn it back, get it turned back to the side. So. All's well that ends well there. Good tactical approach. Now they're back over here discussing it. Sorry guys, my night vision on this camera sucks. They're back behind the first police car discussing whatever they're going to do with the situation. This is more than likely at this point based off the body language of the officers leaving from that vehicle. It's going to be a non-issue. So let's hope that's the case. Now, my vision's a little bit better now. I believe these are Kirby officers, or at least the first officer is a Kirby officer. In these smaller towns, often they'll get backups from other units, sometimes even school police officers. So, it just depends on who's available and the closest officer. So, like I said, it looks like they're good. They're going to clear out. This one probably won't even make it on the YouTube. Pretty boring.